everybody, it's Robin with Robin's Stampin' Hood. Welcome to my Maker Monday. If you are out there, please say hello. I'm going to see if I can focus you a little bit better there. I feel like you're a little off. I'm going to just hang for 1 second and see if I can see. I'm going to actually scoot that. So exciting things going on. We have the Happy New Year, by the way, right? It's already January 2nd. That's exciting. And in 3 days, the celebration starts along with our new January through April mini catalog. So is that exciting or what? I can only show you the cover until it goes live on Stampin' Up site for people to see. So this is the beautiful cover. I just want to make sure you're aware that it only lasts through April this time. The last few years, it's been a 6-month catalog. Now it will only be a 4-month catalog. Wow, it's so exciting, you guys. So exciting. One thing you'll notice is now the dies are called the same thing as the stamp set. Alleluia, right? That's huge. I know it has been a struggle to remember where this die goes with this stamp set. Well, now you'll see the dies are called exactly the same thing as the stamp sets. So you'll know. Yay, yay, yay. That is so awesome. And then on some of the stamp sets, you will see a C or a P by them and a number by each of those. This is also new. A C is you can either get it in clear, which clear is not the photopolymer. It's the rubber. It's the red rubber. But it mounts to a clear block, and that's why they call it clear. That's why they started calling it clear. So that was before we had photopolymer. So photopolymer is this kind that you can see through. So you can see through photopolymer. Clear is red rubber. Now, not all the stamp sets are going to have that distinguishing feature, but some of them do. So when you go to order, make sure that you are choosing either the clear red rubber mount or the photopolymer. So those are 2 new things in this catalog starting January 5th. Super excited. And January 5th is Sage's 20th birthday, if you can believe it. I certainly cannot. All right, so I wanted to show you real quick. Last week, I gave you a little sneak peek of, hey Bonnie, I gave you a little sneak peek of the pretty new floral paper. So I'll just kind of show you real quick again. I think I messed up all mine, but you can see it's just so beautiful. And on the other side, it has like that paint palette kind of thing going on. So you can see, oh, I didn't organize this very well, so I do apologize. I had it organized last week, and then I threw it all together, and I've been crafting all weekend. Doing swaps with other demonstrators because that's how we get a lot of our samples with each other. So there's another one. And let's see, I think this is another one. It's so pretty, you guys. So we're going to actually use this paper today again. We used it last week in the Make and Takes, and thank you to all of you that actually made a purchase, and then you got the Make and Takes for free. So have fun making those. I love this one too. This is super pretty. And there's that. Okay, I'm actually going to show you the paper we're going to use today because I wasn't smart enough to pull it out before this. I was doing some fussy cutting, so you didn't have to watch me do that. So we're going to use this side of the paper. So you can see how it's like the palette, right? So this, again, is going to be in the mini catalog, which will be starting, January 5th. And this is called Fancy Floral 6x6 paper. So you get actually 48 sheets of this. Now, I am also doing this time, you guys, I did this last mini catalog. I am also going to do a paper share on this mini catalog. Because sometimes you look at this and you go, oh my gosh, I'm not going to use every single sheet of that. I don't particularly like every sheet of that, and that's fine. So I'm going to also do a paper share again, this mini catalog, and you'll actually get 95 sheets, one sheet, 6x6 sheet of every paper that we're selling in the catalog. Now, if you were to buy all of that, it would be over $200, and you'd be stuck with lots of stuff that you didn't particularly like. But with my paper share, it is only going to be $33, and you'll get 95 sheets, one sheet from each pack of, there's 14 different papers that are in this upcoming catalog. So you'll get 95 pieces of 6x6 paper, one of each sheet from each pack. And again, that's 95 sheets, and it's only $33. So I will be taking reservations for those. You will have to prepay for it, because then I will order it and cut them, because some of them aren't going to come in 12 by 12 and some come in already 6 by 6 like this. But I will cut them all down, and then I will package them up for you. So I do need your payment by next Monday to participate in the paper share, and as I fill it up, I will order the paper. So you'll be sharing it between 8 people. So how fun is that? Okay, so I will put a thing out there too, just to remind you about that. I just haven't gotten my graphic done. I was doing my math on it today. So I'm actually going to take this 6x6 and cut it down to 5 by 3 3/4. And you know, I saw somebody's sample, and now I can't remember what her name is, but she used this so she did a sample with this paper along with let me show you the stamp set. Where did I put it? It's a Sale-a-bration stamp set that you can get. We actually got it at our little convention that we had in November. We got it for free, which who doesn't like free, right? Hey, Debbie. Hey, Penny. Okay, I just had it, and my fingers are all dirty from it because I was cleaning it, and no telling where it went. Oh, it's under my catalog. So this is what it's called, Beautiful Happy. And like I said, we got this free. It's a Sale-a-bration set. If you spend $100, you get it for free. There's lots of bits and pieces, and it's a 2-step stamper. So we're actually going to use that this evening. There's a little bee. He's so cute. But I got this idea from another gal, and I just kind of put my own little twist on it. Because I forget when you use black to like highlight the colors, it just makes it look so nice. So what we're going to do is I pulled out a Daffodil Delight, and I went ahead and scored that already. And then I took a piece of black. Like, look at that. Isn't that pretty? I love it. And we're going to put that down first, and that will be our little frame of our beautiful paper. So what's on your guys' New Year's list? So you saw that I did one of my bucket lists. It was fun. It was a little chilly, but it was fun. My feet were the coldest, I think, but Sage and I decided we will now do the polar plunge whenever we can, every New Year's Day. Whew, crazy peoples. It was fun. Edwin just sat there and filmed us and kind of was like, I don't know who these people are. Okay, so then there's the base of our card. So I'm going to set that aside. And I also cut out a black scalloped piece from, I think this is Contoured Scallops. Got a little bit of goofy goof on there. Okay, so we're going to stamp the flowers, and we're going to use actually the Stamp-a-majig or the Stamp-a-majig. Oh my gosh, I just dated myself. The Stamp-a-majig was like the old way to do this. This is the Stamp-a-ratus. If you don't have the Stamp-a-ratus, I highly recommend getting it. It's well worth the cost. So I'm going to give you a real quick tutorial here. One thing I do, these magnets are so strong. You got to be careful not to let them click together because they will break. I have broken a few. They're just super, super strong. And they're hard to pick up. So you can see what I did here is I took packing tape. And I did use washi tape for a while, but the washi tape was ripping. So then I took this clear packing tape and put it on there. And now I can easily pick them up and pull them off. So that's to hold your paper in place, right? So I already went ahead and stamped this image. But you see it has fill-in images for it, right? So I want to go ahead and do that and make sure I get a nice clean image. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my image. These are the flowers, and I'm lining it up exactly on where they should go. And that's the nice thing about the photopolymer stamps is you can see right through them. The clear stamps are not as nice because you're kind of guessing that you're hoping your image on the outside is good. So I really have enjoyed using the photopolymer. I didn't like them at first because I wasn't getting a good image, but then I realized you need a little foam pad under them when you're stamping. Otherwise, you're not going to get a good image. Okay, so I have laid it on, which I believe, looking at it from my angle, it looks like it's pretty good. So I'm going to close my little door here. And now my stamp is stuck there, right? So I'm going to get my Daffodil Delight. Hey, Vicki. Hello, Edwin. And then I'm going to ink that up. Close it. Rub on it a little bit. And there's a perfect stamped image, right? The other really nice thing about our Stamparatus is okay, I have 3 different stamps I need to use. So I'm actually going to flip this over. So like I was doing swaps and I did this one. I needed this image multiple times for the swaps I was doing. So I just lined the stamp up and made sure that everything was where it needed to be. And I was able to knock out 17 swaps with this relatively easy and not having to worry about, am I lined up? Is it good? Because it always will be good. As long as your paper goes in exactly the same place every time, and this is just a corner, stuck in a corner, so it's good. But obviously it has to be the same size paper. You couldn't just stick a different size in there and then think it's going to match up because it won't. So I want my leaves on there now. So I'm going to press it onto the plate. And now it's all set there for the leaves. And I'm going to do the leaves in gray. I know you're going gray. Wait till you see what it looks like. You're going to love it. Love it. So get it nice and inked up. And this stamp is one of those distinctive stamps. So it has a little bit of dimension to it. And it might not always, like there's a little, like you can see there's little whites there. That should be like that. So there you go. There's that done. So now I want to do this up here. I'm going to remove this stamp and I'm going to add this one. And we do have other plates. We have 2 plates that this come with. So if I wanted to have all 4 plates going, I absolutely could. I'm just choosing not to at this point, but I wanted to show you, excuse me, how nice it is. Again, I hope I line this up correctly. There, that looks good. I'm gonna press down on it. Again, make sure your paper stays in place. And then I'm gonna actually use soft seafoam to make it pop a little bit. Because those are those are budding. They're not quite flowers yet. So, and I didn't want to make them gray like the other. So you'll see. So if they're perfect, oh my gosh. So if you don't have a Stamparatus, you need one because it will help you. I did Christmas cards for somebody a couple years ago. And it was one of those really horrible where the detail, every time I did it, it didn't work. And I tried it a couple times just doing it normal. And I was like, wait a minute, I have the Stamparatus. And then oh my gosh, if I didn't have the Stamparatus to do those, forget it. It would have been a nightmare. So now this does not have dies. So you're going to fussy cut this out. Well, I already fussy cut it out for you. So you don't have to sit here and watch me painfully doing it, even though I do like to fussy cut. So I just cut it out, fussy cut it out. We're going to lay it on there. But let's get this down first. I just love this paper. I did not buy the stamp set and the dies that go with this paper, this fancy floral paper, because I just love the paper so much. I didn't want the other stuff. And look at, I'm mixing and matching it with other stuff. Okay, so we're going to do that. And then I'm just going to take one of my little scraps here and do sending happy thoughts. Excuse me. And I probably should use a foam pad underneath this, but we're going to see if this works. What do you think about that? Whew, it did. A lot of times if it's a smaller stamp like that, you're in good shape. It's the bigger ones that tend to not be very nice when it comes to... Oh, you can see I was practicing on that. That is why there's two sides to every paper, right? So you can flip it over and use it on other things. So I'm going to use a lot of dimensionals on this because it's a big, big piece and I do not want it sinking on the card. I want whoever gets this card to put it on their mantle and not be afraid that it's going to sink away on them. Okay. And then I'm going to lay that right here. Beautiful. Look at the contrast. Isn't that pretty? And then I think I'm just going to slip that in right there. And then, of course, we need an embellishment, right? Because what's my rules? Stamp it, layer it, embellish it. Put that. Oh, boy. I just got my glue all over. We might have to do some snipping of that because I don't want to move it again. Don't do what I just did, right? We'll snip that off in a second. And then I'm going to take these. These are in the main catalog, the classic matte dies, or dots, I'm sorry. So I think I'm just going to take a black dot and put it right in the middle. And I'm going to take my snips, because that was super unintentional, what I just did there. And I'm going to snip this off. And then no one will be the wiser, right? That I did a big boo-boo. And there you go. Isn't that pretty, you guys? So that is one of the new Sale-a-bration sets that is beautifully happy. And it says for a feeling better kind of day, sending happy thoughts for a very happy birthday. Kindness matters. Thank you. And you are easy to love. So this is one of the ones that if you spend $100, you can get this one for free. And then, of course, this is the Fancy Floral, right? Is that what I told you it was? I think that's what it is. Fancy Flora 6x6 paper. So again, you guys can get this starting on the 5th of January. I'm super excited for that. So that's it, you guys. If you want to place an order, make sure you're using that hostess code. And wait till January 5th, though, so you can get a free Sale-a-bration item. And that's it. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. And thanks for spending some time with me. And happy stamping.